We have a hearing first, so we'll do that, and then we will move into our agenda. This hearing numbered 8254 is being conducted pursuant to Chapter 8.97 of the Revised Code of the City of St. Louis. The applicant, Marissa Loren, DBA Loren Enterprises LLC, or the tattoo studio known as Commonplace, is proposing to operate a tattoo parlor at 4742A McPherson Avenue. Due to the nature of the business, the applicant is required to hold a license issued by this board pursuant to the guidelines of Chapter 8.97 of the Revised Code of the City of St. Louis. Procedural history. July 21st, 2020, Certificate of Occupancy and Zoning numbered OP-314-20 issued to Loren Enterprises LLC for the use of 4742A McPherson Avenue as a tattoo studio. July 21st, 2020, Certificate of Conditional Use Permit numbered 128758 issued to Loren Enterprises LLC for the use of 4742A McPherson Avenue as a tattoo studio with conditions. July 25th, 2021, applicant submits to BPS a completed BPS tattoo parlor license application numbered as 129002 for one chair for the proposed premises at 4742A McPherson Avenue. February 24th, 2021, a letter from the Director of Health, Dr. Frederick L. Eccles, to BPS, finding no evidence of health code violations at the facility at 4742A McPherson Avenue and recommends the issuance of a BPS license for a tattoo parlor with one chair. March 9th, 2021, certified letter from the Secretary of BPS is mailed in which the applicant and property owner are notified of today's hearing and a copy of the public notices of today's hearing, which are posted and published. As outlined in Section 8.97.070 of the Revised Code of the City of St. Louis, the Board of Public Service may approve such application after a hearing if it is satisfied that the applicant is of good moral character and the applicant has given evidence that they will be able to operate the premise in compliance with all regulations and laws governing such premises, and the applicant is a resident of the state and their neighborhood consent petition is in due form, and the applicant's premise are not within 500 feet of an elementary school. The Board of Public Service has in its possession and is therefore admitted into evidence the following documents. Item 1, a certified copy of Chapter 8.97 of the Revised Code of the City of St. Louis. Item 2, the applicant's file with the Office of the Secretary, Board of Public Service, which includes but is not limited to A, the above referenced license application withdrawing of the proposed premise for a tattoo parlor with one chair, and B, public notices that were published and posted for today's hearing. Item 3, a copy of the Certificate of Occupancy and Zoning issued for 4742A McPherson Avenue to be occupied as a tattoo studio. Item 4, the conditional use permit numbered as 128626 issued for the use of 4742A McPherson as a tattoo studio, one chair with conditions. Item 5, a letter from the Director of Health, Dr. Frederick L. Eccles, stating that the community sanitation staff has inspected the facility at 4742A McPherson Avenue, City of St. Louis, and has found no evidence of health code violations. The issuance of a license for a tattoo establishment is hereby recommended. The board will swear in and hear from the applicant and those in support of the applicant's proposed use. The board will then allow those in opposition of the tattoo parlor, if any, to address the board. After each side has had an opportunity to speak, the board will allow for rebuttal. At this time, the board asks the applicant to please come forward and be sworn in.
So do you want, you're not the applicant.
I am not the
I'm the
applicant.
Could you sit there first so they can see you? Yeah, so the camera's pointed that way, that way. Okay, thank you. And you can always,
Oh, I'm good.
Do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Hey, good afternoon. I have a series of questions for you, and we'll just ask you to answer those for the board, please. So the first question is, are you a resident of the state of Missouri?
Yes, sir.
The state of Missouri requires that tattoo establishments be issued a license from the director of the Division of Professional Registration of the state of Missouri for the operation. Do you have a license for this proposed tattoo establishment issued by the director of the Division of Professional Registration for the state of Missouri?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How many tattoo chairs are being applied for?
1.
And are you aware that any increase in the number of tattoo chairs must be applied for with this board?
Yes, sir.
And how many employees will you have at this establishment?
No employees.
Okay. Just yourself?
Just myself.
Okay. And do all of the tattoo artists, meaning yourself, have their Missouri state licensure?
Yes, sir.
Will you be able to comply with all the provisions of Chapter 8.97 of the revised code of the city of St. Louis? And in particular, I'll go through each point. A, do you understand that you, as the operator of this tattoo parlor, are at all times responsible for the orderly conduct of the establishment and the acts of any of your agents, servants, or employees in the operation of the same?
Yes, sir.
B, do you understand that the tattoo establishment may only be open between 9 a.m. and 1 a.m.?
Yes.
And what are your proposed hours?
I think it was from 11 to 10.
Okay. Item C, do you understand that tattoo parlors shall be kept clean and well lighted so that the rear of the premise may plainly be visible from the front of the premise?
Yes, sir.
And will you be able to maintain your establishment in this manner?
Yes.
And D, do you understand that no tattoo parlor shall allow or permit any loud noises, boisterous or disorderly conduct in or around the premise or on the grounds of such premise, and the operator shall prevent the loitering of persons on the premise or around the grounds of the tattoo parlor?
Yes, sir.
And all the above, will you be able to comply with all of these regulations of Chapter 8.97 of the revised code?
Yes.
Okay. At this time, I'd like to open up the floor for any questions from any of our board members today. Okay, no questions at this time. Tell the applicant thank you. And then I would ask for anyone who would be in support of the proposed establishment that wishes to testify, please come forward and be sworn in.
Okay, sir.
Sure. Hello.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay. Can you please state your name for the board
Scott Sturdivant,
and your address, please?
393 North Euclid Avenue, Suite 300, St. Louis, Missouri, 63108.
Okay, please proceed.
I'm here on behalf of Marissa's application. I don't have a whole lot to say. We own the condominium that she's going in. Our experience with her has been nothing but positive.
Okay, so you are definitely in support of the proposed establishment, correct?
Definitely is an understatement.
Thank you. So at this time, I'd like to open up the floor for any of our board members that may have questions for the gentleman who's in support. Okay, seeing none, thank you very much for your time. If there's anyone else in support of this applicant, please come forward and be sworn in. No one else in support at this time? Okay, let the record reflect, no one else in support at this time. If there's anyone in opposition to the applicant and this proposed establishment that wishes to testify, please come forward and be sworn in.
No opposition.
Thank you. Let the record reflect that there is no one present in opposition to today's applicant or the proposed establishment. The matter concerning hearing number 8254 is now closed and submitted. The board will deliberate the matter following the remaining agenda items. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rich Bradley, President of the Board of Public Service. And this is the March 30th, 2021 meeting of the Board of Public Service. This is a public meeting, and we just had hearing number 8254, and we have no lettings today. I would ask at this time that only members of this board are allowed to speak unless recognized by myself or by the secretary. And at this time, I will ask the secretary to please call the roll.
Director Scobie,
Here.
Director Wilson, Director Hayes,
Here.
Director Russell,
Here.
Director Eccles.
Here.
Director Edwards.
Here.
President Bradley.
Here, we have a quorum. I will now call this meeting to order.
President, recommendation that approval be given as follows. Plans and specifications for letting number 8726 for the Terminal 1 Concourse C Gate electrification of C15, C19, and C23, Phase 3 at St. Louis International Airport. Plans and specifications for letting number 8727, the Forest Park Waterway Project. Preliminary approval for letting number 8724, Francis Park Stream Improvements. Contract and bond for letting number 8723, 2020 Capital Main Replacement Program, new 20-inch mains in Jefferson and Cass Avenue. Memorandum of Understanding between the Metropolitan Park and Recreation District doing business as the Great Rivers Greenway District and the City of St. Louis. PSA 1251, North Side and South Side Corridor Technological Alternative Analysis for the maximum amount of $1,493,272.26. That was 1,493,272.26. Supplemental Agreement number 1 to PSA number 1244 Environmental Consulting Services, St. Louis Lambert International Airport with TRC Environmental Corporation. Supplemental Agreement number 2 to PSA number 1221 Retro Commissioning Assessment Studies and Design Implementation Services of Energy Efficiency Measure Projects at 4 city buildings with Energy Resource Group, Inc. And the Office of Special Events, request for the following to be approved subject to certain conditions. Temporary outdoor seating expansion at Southwest Diner, 2625 Abbott Place, from March 20th, 2021 to December 31st, 2021, from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m., Monday through Sunday. Emergency work order issued for the month of January 2021 by the Department of the President and Facilities Management Division Board of Public Service. President and Directors of Parks, Recreation and Forestry, Streets and Public Utilities. Joint recommendation that the following be approved subject to certain conditions. Application 128653, Lafayette Reserve LLC, requesting permission for new sidewalks, curbs, curb ramps, street lighting, street trees, and private alley at 2207 Hickory Street. Application number 12888, Mill Creek Flats LLC, requesting permission for streetscape improvements in Teresa Avenue right-of-way for mixed-use development at 720 and 812 South Teresa Avenue. Improvements include private decorative lighting, stormwater, BMP, angle parking, and reconfigured curb and sidewalks. President and Director of Streets, joint recommendation that the following applications be filed. Application number 129109, MTJ Soulard LLC, requesting permission to build a 35 by 7 foot parklet to be located in the parking lane in front of 908 Lafayette Avenue. Parklet will be built in sections off-site and assembled at location, but will be removable. Application number 129110, Mission Taco LLC, requesting permission to build a 35 by 7 foot parklet to be located at the parking lane in front of 605 East Gate Avenue, corner of 6235 Delmar. Parklet will be built in sections off-site and assembled at the location, but will be removable. President and Directors of Public Utilities and Streets, joint application that the following be approved. Application number 129042, MSD requesting permission to replace 30 feet of 18 inches of pipe about 17 feet downstream from MN 20E1-301C. Construct a new manhole downstream at the same reach at 2651 Olive Street. Director of Public Utilities, recommendation that the board declare as an emergency action the following: replacement of pipe and yard hydrant shop doors at 4600 McCree. Directors of Public Utilities and Streets, joint recommendation that 4 applications from AT&T be approved subject to certain conditions. 127458, dig pit in rear of 815 Bates to access existing cable. 127459, starting at existing manhole in front of 2801 Clark, bore a new buried fiber optic cable north for 14 feet, then along the east side of Clark for 73 feet on the property. Then AT&T to use a subscriber conduit going into the building located at 2801 Clark Avenue. 127460, dig 2 4x4 pits and dig 50 by 3 foot trench to expose existing cable. 127461, access existing manhole at the site of 930 Tyler, bore 33 feet southeast to right of way, then continue southeast 244 feet and place handhole at the site of 1921 Le Bume. Joint recommendation that 3 applications from MCI be approved, subject to certain conditions. 127452, start on the west side of 16th Street at 717 North 1600 Delmar. Pull new fiber through existing conduit approximately 11 feet to place handhole 24 by 26 by 24 from new handhole. Bore 136 feet north and place conduit to existing manhole on north side of the intersection of Delmar, North 16th Street, 1601 North Delmar. 127454, starting at existing handhole located near front of 1501 South Kings Highway Service Road. Bore and place conduit 439 feet along the west side of Kings Highway Service Road to McCree. Turn and bore 312 feet east along the side of McCree, ending and placing new handhold across street from the side of 1600 Kings Highway Boulevard. 127457, from the west side of 6327 Chippewa Street, place a new handhole on the right of way of Tam Avenue. Joint recommendation that 2 applications from Union Electric doing business as Ameren, Missouri be approved subject to certain conditions. 129084, construct underground bore work that will be on Delmar Boulevard. Work will start at manhole approximately 100 feet west of the intersection of Delmar Boulevard and Savoy Court, continuing west for 75 feet along Delmar Boulevard and the north side of Delmar. 129087, install new conduit from existing manhole south on 4th Street and Walnut Street, connect customer installed conduit on South 4th Street. Ameren to install new cable from existing manhole South 4th Street and Walnut Street to customer meter equipment on southeast corner of South 4th Street and Walnut Street. Directors of Public Utilities and Safety, joint recommendation that 3 applications be approved subject to certain conditions. 129055, boundary adjustment at 2317 Nebraska Avenue, and 2093 Victor Street in City Block 2081. 129095, lot consolidation at 3800 through 3810 Watson in City Block 6122. 129096, subdivide the land at 3400 at 30004 through 3006 California in City Block 2058. Director of Streets, recommendation that the following be approved, subject to certain conditions. 129111, Beagle Community Improvement District to hang 44 banners along Gravoy, Christie to Tap, and Mulgrew Ford, Walsh to Haska. Size of banners is to be 36 inches by 72 inches. The height is 72 inches. Recommendation that the following application be filed. 129071, Crystal Towers, BGL LLC, requesting permission for new curb cut and sidewalk replacement on Tam Avenue at 6401 Chippewa Street, various minor pavement improvements.
From the Director of Public Safety, we now have the conditional uses.
Good afternoon, President Bradley, members of the board. My name is Dylan Mosier, zoning plan examiner for the city, and I'll be representing the building commissioner at today's meeting. Per board order number 766, transmitted herewith are recommendations for the following conditional use agenda items. Approval with conditions is recommended for 2 applications. That would be 5931 Pershing and 4102 Shaw. I request these recommendations be approved as submitted.
Are there any questions from our board on today's conditional uses?
Greg Hayes, I make a motion to approve the conditional uses as submitted.
Thank you, Director. Is there a second?
Second, Eccles.
Thank you. Can you call the roll, please?
Director Scobie,
Aye.
Director Russell,
Aye.
Director Edwards,
Aye.
President Bradley.
Aye. Conditional uses are approved. Hearing number 8254 for 4742A McPherson Avenue, Common Place Tattoo Parlor. We heard from our applicant, Marissa Loren, that she will comply with all provisions of Chapter 8.97 of the revised code. We also heard from a gentleman in support today, and there was no opposition. So at this time, I'd like to open the floor for any comments from our board directors.
This is Valerie Russell. I just wondered if there was anything submitted in writing regarding any opposition or approval for this particular location.
Do you have anything from the Alderman or anything?
No.
All right, Andrea, no. All right, any other questions from the board?
Greg
Go ahead.
Hayes, make a motion to approve.
Thank you, Director. Is there a second?
Second, Valerie.
Thank you, Director. Can you call the roll, please?
Director Scobie,
Aye.
Director Eccles,
Aye.
Director Edwards,
Aye.
President Bradley.
Aye. Hearing number 8254 is approved. Turn your attention to our meeting minutes from last Tuesday, March 23rd, 2021. Are there any comments or questions on the meeting minutes that have been submitted? Seeing none, I'll take a motion for approval, please.
I move to approve the minutes as submitted.
Thank you, Director Russell. Is there a second?
Greg Hayes, second.
Thank you, Director Hayes. Can you call the roll, please?
Director Scobie,
Abstain.
Director Eccles,
Abstain.
Director Edwards,
Aye.
Director Bradley.
Aye. The minutes are approved. Today's agenda, are there any comments or questions on today's agenda? Seeing none, I'll ask for a motion to approve, please.
So moved, Scobie.
Thank you.
Second, Russell.
Thank you, Director. Can you call the roll, please?
Director Hayes,
Aye.
Director Eccles,
Aye.
Director Edwards,
Aye.
President Bradley.
You missed Director Russell.
Oh, Director Russ, she seconded
Go
it. Director Russell,
Aye.
You missed me. Aye.
Director Schoby. And President Bradley, aye. The agenda is approved. Are there any comments or questions before we adjourn today's meeting?
Nobody said they missed me.
Did they miss you?
Everybody was getting missed, but nobody said they missed me, but.
The truth hurts.
Sorry for the bad humor.
Any other comments before we adjourn? Seeing none, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn, please.
So moved, Eccles.
Thank you. Can I have a second?
Hayes, second.
Toby.
Thank you. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Meeting adjourned.